Good morning, ladies and gents. I'm back with another video, and this time around we're going to be looking at the Imperial Spear Guards and their most recent buff. Before we get into the video though, hit that subscribe button if you want to be kept up to date with the latest and greatest of Conquerors Blade. So firstly, apologies there's not been any videos. I have still got COVID and I have been feeling absolutely rough the past week. However, I have started recording a load of stuff, so hopefully there will be a lot of videos coming up in the next week or two for you. And we're going to be starting off with the Imperial Spear Guards. The Imperial Spear Guards are a unit that has recently had a buff. They used to be quite good back in the day, and then they went through a bit of a lull period. Not a lot of people used them. They weren't overly useful in comparison to other units, but now they are making a very somewhat solid comeback, and I am starting to see them being used a lot more in sieges, in ranked, in territory wars as well. People are starting to use these guys. So I want to just quickly run through the unit as they stand. Now these guys are unlocked on the unit tree under the melee page right at the bottom here. So you got to firstly unlock Spear Militia, then goes to the Iron Cap Spearmen, and then the Imperial Spear Guards. Obviously you've got all of these different nodes that you can put points into. The reason why I haven't is because literally these guys are they just weren't used at all for a few seasons, and personally I don't like shield units, so I don't really use them, but they have got some very good nodes here which will increase their defenses even more. This is I would say probably the most kind of defensive unit there is in the game. They need to be played defensively. They do not have very good aggression or fighting kind of stats. They do not have a lot of damage output, and they haven't got a lot of penetration kind of values either. But that is not what the point of them is. These are guys to soak up the damage, to kind of choke off bottlenecks and everything like that. So make sure you are playing them as they are designed to be played. Going down the bottom line, increases your blocking, increases your kind of defense a lot more, plus gives you this 250 health per second regen, which is really useful. The end node is the best. It increases all types of defense by 20%. That is huge, especially when you start buffing them with some good doctrines, which obviously I haven't, but once you start putting in some good block and defensive doctrines, these guys will have a mad, insane kind of defensive kind of value. Looking at their actual unit traits, now these guys, one of their buffs is their shield kind of hitbox has been increased recently, so that allows less arrows, less melee to actually get through in between the shields and damage them, which I have noticed does really happen. Cavalry still can kind of run over these guys, but when they are fighting melee or ranged units, not a lot of stuff gets through their shields, which is really good. They will lock their shields, so when you actually put these guys in a formation, they will lock the shields, and obviously everything will just hit the shield, which is quite nice. The heavy armor, so they're really difficult to hurt. Insulated as well, so these guys are difficult to set on fire and take less damage from fire as well. They are a little bit slow, but to be honest, you're not going to be using these guys to kind of rush somewhere. You're going to be setting these guys up, placing them somewhere, and then really just kind of forgetting about them, or you're going to be using them as bits of a bobble, which is what I'm going to go into in a second. So their heavy shield push, these guys will push units away from them. Again, don't do a huge amount of damage because that's not what it's designed to do, but it pushes stuff out of the way so they can actually get set up in a position. The health regen, really good. I would really recommend doing that one, because this top line, to be honest, is not that great anyway. You are going to be better going down the bottom line. You do get a lot of defense stuff on the top, but the bottom line, there is one that you can't be stunned. It increases your health, gives you a health regen, increases all your defense. I would say the bottom line is definitely the way to go with these. Now, the one that I really want to talk about is the Cover Commando. Now, this is a very powerful skill, and I'm going to be showing you some gameplay footage of this. It is a very good skill when used properly. Now these guys will literally come over and surround your commander. Put them in formation 3 as well, so they're in that kind of circle formation, and then press cover commander. This skill will stay active until either you press C or V or X or whatever. If you press anything, it will stop the skill, but these guys will follow you anyway, so you don't need to be pressing anything after you press number 2, which activates Cover Commander. These guys will literally come up and surround you and will form really a bit of a bubble around you, which is really useful. These guys will take a lot of the damage. They'll pump out a little bit of damage when stuff gets near them. They'll kind of just shank them with their pokey sticks. Don't do a huge amount of damage. Do a little bit more damage against cavalry and stuff, because obviously they are using pikes, they're using spears. They have a tendency to actually do more damage against cavalry anyway, but the Cover Commander is a really good, useful skill. It will allow you as a hero to actually push up fairly slowly into a position whilst making sure that actually all the damage is soaked up by your Imperial Spearmen. There is a very powerful skill when used right. Like I said, it is not designed to go really fast or to rush somewhere. It is designed so you can actually walk slowly into a position. Say it's a base cap or a flag or whatever, and kind of just set up on there. These guys will protect you from arrows, they will protect you from melee, and they'll actually pump out a little bit of damage as well. If you're starting to get overwhelmed and things, then you can always do that heavy shield push the guys out of the way, get them back into Cover Commander, and then they will soak up that damage again. Couple this with your health regen skill from that bottom line as well. These guys will recover 250 health every second for 15 seconds, which is quite a big amount of health. Definitely worth having. These guys, after playing them, I can see the usefulness of them. I can see the viability of them in matches, especially in siege matches where you have to just sit on the base cap and everything. Personally, I am not a shield user. I don't like playing shield units, so I'm not going to be playing them. But for you guys and girls out there that do enjoy playing them, I think definitely put these into your army. They are going to serve you very well once you learn how to use that Cover Commander skill to the best of your abilities. Like I said, smash on as many defensive doctrines as you've got, reduce damage, blocking, all that kind of stuff. Smash on as many as those. Get that health regen, and then that final node of the last bottom line, or the bottom line of the veterancy, and you are going to be having a lovely time in sieges with these guys. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you did down below. Let me know your thoughts on the new Imperial Spear Guards as well. Let me know how you are finding them since they're buff. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, all that lovely fan-dooby-tastic stuff, and I hope to catch you out on the battlefield.